What's good, people? I'm GALANACCI the Creator, a Manila-born, Cardiff-trained and London-raised artist, designer, creator, and I'm the founder of GALANACCI, a luxury humanwear brand, inspiring you to realize your full potential. And yeah, man, it is week... What am I saying, man? It is episode 18. It is May 9 right now as I record. And yeah, man, we'll just get right into it, recap the week, what we did, what not. And yeah, starting off the week, the main goals were to complete the t-shirt Techpack and also document the behind the scenes for my personal page. And that's exactly what I did. I was working on creating a very detailed tech pack for the core t-shirt, which I was working on the previous weeks. And yeah, I've been documenting heavy on my personal page. Every day I'll be posting whatever on my personal page, just the behind the scenes, just sort of like a window into like the reality of building a brand. And I'm in that phase where I'm creating these tech packs, and it's basically the very basis of creating these templates basically. So for the next tech packs I do, this will be the basis, and then it will just make everything onwards after this first tech pack to be easier. And some of the challenges that I kind of came across this week was the lack of knowledge, right? Obviously I have a background in architecture, as I always say, and when building or creating a detailed tech pack, I came across like garment construction details and jargons and construction types that I haven't come across ever. That's why I have a book right here, right? Either through a book or leveraging AI like ChatGPT to learn more about like the seam classes, sewing details, stitch classes, hem finishings, which you need to know if you want to create a very detailed tech pack. And yeah, and what I also realize is, man, it's very repetitive. Creating these tech packs is repetitive. So even within a tech pack, it could even go up to like 30 pages. So for my one that I'm doing now, it's currently on 13. And depending on the complexity or simplicity, it could be either less or even more pages. But yeah, there's a lot of repetitive things that I have to manually type, and that just takes up time. So it's good to find a way to automate these things. So I automated some of the manual work on InDesign, so that for future tech packs, all I have to do is change one box and it will change all the information for all of the pages. You know, it's just those things, automating those tasks that are just mundane and they take up a lot of the time when you kind of look at it as an overall. So it's good to automate and just cut that out basically in half or even less time to do. And yeah, man, so I've been basically learning intensively the past couple of days because of the tech pack, because of the knowledge gap, learning the sewing details, right? And then finding out that the there is so many different stitch types or seam types or hem finishings, and depending on what you choose, it affects how the garment is constructed, from its durability to its quality and all of that. There's like so many details, man. And when you're designing, just like pen and paper, you don't really think of those things. You don't really think of how a garment is constructed. You just design for the sake of designing. But then when you start doing the tech pack, you're like, damn, you're forced to think of how the garment would be actually constructed in real life. And that's when you sort of start to correct some designs, like design details, either correct or you're forced to really find a way to construct it the way you designed it. And yeah, man, there's a lot of thinking that goes into it, because there's a lot of people that just jump into building a brand and they think it's just like designing. Nah, man. I've been in this brand building journey for like almost 4 years now, and I still don't know a lot of things, and that's very humbling, right? And for you to jump into this space, man, you really need to be about it, man. You can't just do it for the fun of it, you know, just for the bands. Nah, you're gonna be in it for the long run, and I'm in it for the long run. Like the what do you call it? The digital footprint, or the resume. The resume just tells us the whole story, right? That I'm about this. But yeah, man, I got a little bit sidetracked, but I'll jump back into like the structure of what I laid out. And yeah, also everything you need to know is literally on the internet, man. You have Chat GPT, you have AI. That's literally the internet on crack, and you can learn anything, literally anything. So I've been leveraging AI to sort of boost my learning about like the construction details for garments. So whilst having a book as well, I'm actively asking AI more about these construction details on the garment, so I can learn more about it. And yeah, man, if it bloody feels like I'm studying for an exam, but it is what it is, man. You learn on the go, and that's what entrepreneurship is. You won't know everything, and I guess that's like sort of the beauty of it. You get to explore, discover, and then learn new things as you go. But yeah, man. And some of the achievements I did this week, I would say, yeah, it's even getting a tech pack as detailed as I have currently, because I've been procrastinating doing up a tech pack for some time now, since I started the brand. Like, I knew about tech packs when I first started, but it wasn't something that I really paid attention to until now, almost 4 years in, which is a bit peak. But that's because I was working on blanks. And now I want to produce my own designs, and not just on blanks. And yeah, I've sort of forced myself to work on the tech packs, so that there's no like running around or procrastinating any further. But now I'm sort of just like glued in, right? And it's all I do. Literally, I could do it for a whole day straight, you know, because I'm actively learning whilst I do it, which is the great part. Like, it makes it enjoyable when you're actively learning. But if you're not, yeah, it's gonna be mundane and boring. Like, you just want to be done and over with it. And yeah, man, anyways, the next steps for next week. So what are like the goals for the upcoming week? That would be to just continue to work on the Techpack, honestly. And then once I complete the core t-shirt, I'll move on to the next one, so that the core mini collection that I'm trying to build, I can get all the Techpacks sorted for that. And there's like 12 pieces in this mini collection, so I can start sort of sending those Techpacks to manufacturers, getting some quotations, so then I can understand, okay, this is how much money I need to raise in order to create this mini collection. But currently I have a rough idea, a rough number, but I'll talk more about that when I actually get into that point of sending the completed Techpacks to manufacturers to get quotations. And also keeping, like, documenting a lot of the behind the scenes on my personal page, to continue doing that, and literally basically giving you the reality, like a window to what it really is like to build a brand from the ground up. It's not just like you designing and whatnot, and you can see that I haven't designed at all. It's just me creating this Techpack literally the past month or even more. But yeah, I think the main one is I just need to lock in, and I need to live and breathe Galanacci. That's all I got to do, man. Just like how boxers would dedicate their lives into their craft. Like, they would start boxing at like 7, at the age of 7, and then they won't see the fruits of their labor until like what, in their 20s, mid 20s upwards. So that's like a good 20 years of dedication, and I need to move like that for Galanacci. Like, I need to absolutely obsess about building this brand, and everything else will just follow. Everything else will follow, from the capital to whatever, marketing, strategies, just everything, man. The whole lot will just follow. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up the recap of the week. And yeah, man, we'll move on to the next segment, and this one will be just talking more about the brand, really. And one of those things that I want to talk about Galanacci is boxing, right? As I have always said, Galanacci is inspired by the spirit of boxing. What do you think I got pioneers of greatness from, Like the Muhammad Ali's, the Mike Tysons, all of that, the Manny Pacquiao's, Jack Dempsey's, Jack Johnson's. Man, I'm going like 100 years back. There's literally a rich history of for boxing that hasn't been told in the luxury fashion space. And I want Galanacci to be this platform where I get to tell those stories, but in my lenses, in my creative direction, in my art direction. And then it might not even be like super obvious, because I've already implemented some of these concepts into the brand. From the slogan, the pioneers of greatness, that's inspired by boxing. Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time, just exuding the very definition of what greatness is. And that's where even just the whole notion of greatness, it's from boxing, seeing Manny Pacquiao fight and move up in different weight divisions as when I was growing up, and becoming a champion in 8 divisions, which is unheard of. He's the only one to do it. And it's just that, it's being able to encapsulate that energy, you know, being able to do these great things and having these humble beginnings. But yeah, it is something that I'm actively working on, and I have a close connection with boxing. I have my own boxing art collections that I'm always working on, and that helped me sort of reach out to these upcoming boxers, current boxers, and past as well, which is great because it feeds into the brand GALANACCI. And yeah, you'll see it unfold in the future. Like I'll be pushing heavy on the boxing space, and that how GALANACCI will be like very synonymous with boxing and luxury fashion, and that at one point it will go hand in hand. But yeah, that wraps up that segment. And yeah, motivational poem of the week. This one I wrote not too long ago. When did I write this? This is just end of the month, April. And it's titled Live Now. Time slips away from our grip, no matter how hard we hold. Time slips through the tiniest cracks. We worry and we forget to live now, not later. All we have is now. The past is forever gone, and the future never comes. One day you'll wake up, fulfilled or full of regrets, on your deathbed. And yeah, that was just like a reflection, right? I was like, damn, like if I don't live in the now, and I don't do what my intuition tells me to do, or I sort of hold myself back, and then I wake up one day, I'm on my deathbed, and then I'm like, oh, I should have just done that. I should have just done this. I should have just pursued my dreams. I should have this and that. But then it's too late. You're on your deathbed. That's why I wrote the poem, to reflect and to remind me, yeah, man, you need to live where your feet is at, in the right now. So live now and focus on what you have, because the future never comes. The past is already gone, and the only thing you have is the present. So yeah, man, live now. And yeah, man, that wraps up episode 18. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, man, that's it from me. Peace. Yeah, solid.